from 5.9. So he's stronger in the early game now, and he's less asshole now with the 30% increase. The time increase. And bug fix for Nyx.
Yep. Now Spike Carapace will prevent all damage, even if the person is spell immune.
And increase the base HP regen, which is kind of necessary considering how he doesn't get tranks, he gets mana boots. And he wanders around being a spooky bug, tearing assholes asunder.
Indeed.
It's a pretty good patch. Omni Knight, Degen Aura no longer pierces spell immunity.
I cry.
I don't, because it makes no sense. Why would it? It's an aura. There's no aura but this one, well, formerly, that would pierce spell immunity. There's no need for it.
Okay,
so now this buff is logical. It makes sense.
Okay, fine. Oracle.
Scepter? Oh, baby, Casey, you want to hear this one. Reduces Purifying Flames cooldown from 2.25 seconds to 1 second, and lowers the cast point from 0.3 to 0.1. He can cast, in the span of one Fate's Edict, 4 Purifying Flames.
He could heal like a 20 flesh heat pudge back up to full health.
It's not about the healing. It's about the massive amount of nuke damage he's doing.
That hurts. Like bam, bam, bam.
But remember, Fate, are you saying Fate's Edict or
Fate's Edict? The magic. Well, the thing is.
But also, no, his magic damage is holy shit now, because he can just spam the 300.
He can overpower his own healing. All right, OD nerfs. I called all of these actually. Just kidding. I only called the first one. Yep. In fact, it's not even as bad as I thought it would have been. So they reduced the insta-steal from 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. It was 0, 1, 2, 3 at the start of 6.86. But then base Mr. Lizard was like, it's not enough. Then he went 1, 2, 3, 4. It still wasn't enough. Then he went 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm like, what the actual
And now
shit?
and then he was stupid.
I was like, okay. No, he was the opposite of stupid. He was a genius.
Yeah, but he was too smart.
Too smart. Okay, increase the mana cost from 100 to 160. Scales 100, 120, 140, 160. And then reduce the cast range of Astral Imprisonment from, they rescaled it. 450, 500, 550, 600 to 225, 350, 475, and 600. So makes him less of an asshole early game. Because I'm sitting as an invoker, right? I'm doing my thing, top lane farm, not top lane, just top of the ridge farming in mid. But he just comes up and says, fuck you, and just.
Well, he's just like, here, take a nap.
And I'm like, you asshole. Now it makes it more difficult.
All right, time for PA. Now I want to do this one, and I want to explain why I think these buffs are trying to keep her relevant. Okay, well the buff, the nerf. Okay, we'll do the nerf first. The nerf, her turn rate was increased from 0.4 to 0.6. That's almost.
That's not a nerf.
That's not
a buff.
Yeah.
It's just thinking backwards. It's a buff.
Okay, whatever. Sorry.
It's not whatever. That's really important. These turn rate thing. This isn't League where instant turn rates are a thing.
I thought the turn rate meant in terms of time.
That's
never mind.
Point. Backwards.
I fucked it up. Okay, buff. Okay, now the Stifling Dagger. Stifling Dagger now does a real physical attack for 60 plus 25, 40, 55, and 70% of your attack damage. All attack effects work and behave as if your hero performed them. I think this is trying to keep it relevant because you saw all that shit before.
You could have the BKB and Blade Mail nerfs.
Well, the Blade Mail buff and the BKB nerfs. This is trying to keep it relevant. I think this is supposed to. They're turning her into a snowball carry because she has to start murdering people as fast as fucking possible in order to kill a lot of people before they get BKB, not BKB, Blade Mail.
Well, plus this is a physical attack, which means it pierces spell immunity. So, because I don't believe Stifling Dagger pierced spell immunity.
No, it pierced spell immunity, but it was pure damage, and it
was pure and piercing. So
yeah.
I don't quite remember. So, Phoenix. So we'll actually go back to the Phoenix.
So now Supernova Scepter also increases the number of attacks needed to destroy the Scepter to 7, 10, and 13. Maybe actually consider buying this now. Maybe consider buying this.
Wow, that's actually really nice. I mean, makes the actual Phoenix orb pretty much tanky. Puck.
It basically makes it so you won't feed the enemy double kills.
Pretty much. Puck increased illusory orb speed by 1. He's Formula F1 now. He's too fast for all y'all motherfuckers. I believe I sent you a picture.
I believe you did send us a picture.
Was that picture apt?
I believe it was.
See ya, bitch. Puck face. Formula 1 orb. That's what it's like. All right.
Yep.
So, in other words, literally going too fast for you.
Indeed. Okay. Pugna. Nether Ward now treats illusions as creeps for hit count calculation.
Yeah. So.
Whatever. Razor. Static link break distance increased by 100.
Yeah.
Trying to keep him relevant.
It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay.
I think it's just trying to keep him relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. They added Ricky back into
captain. Back to captain's mode.
And now I think they're actually trying to make Ricky good again. So now the blink strike damage is increased. With this changes, it used to be 20, 40, 60, 80. Now it's 60, 80, 100, 120.
Yes. So blink strike now deals a large sum of damage, making him back to the assassin he was. Well, not quite, but still pretty useful.
Tricks of the Trade, the cast point was improved from 0.4 to 0.3, and now Tricks of the Trade cooldown reduced from a flat 40 to 40, 35, 30. So now he's actually pretty dangerous.
Hold on. Is this Rubik buff size?
I see Rubik buffs.
Oh! Fade bolt damage increase. Back to 300. He now has a nuke again. So it goes from damage increase was from 70, 140, 210 to 280 to 75, 150, 225, and 300. So now what this means is Rubik can, how do I put this? This used to be his old damage for it, but then they nerfed it. Now they buffed it back again. So now he has a nuke, a really reliable nuke. I could probably see Rubik mid with this, considering if you wanted to do it, you could do it.
And the null field gives him more spell resistance. It's not huge, but it's something.
Null field's kind of ass. It doesn't. It's not. It's kind of shitty. It doesn't have a good active, and it requires them to be fairly close to Rubik.
Well, no, it's good. I would argue that it's not necessarily great for his friends. I'd argue it's more useful for him. I'd argue it's more useful for the likes of himself, so that way he doesn't get nuked instantly by enemy casters.
But it's still not that good. It needs an active, really. It's literally the most boring spell in the game, probably.
What, like an active that doubles the effectiveness or something?
Yeah, it puts it on cooldown for like 10 seconds. That'd be pretty cool. Increase the turn rate. Yeah, he can turn faster now. Sand King. Sandstorm max channel time rescale from 20, 40, 60, 80, just a flat 50. Okay. I really don't care about this, considering that most Sand Kings don't stay the whole 80. So, yeah. Ooh, Ebola Demon buffs.
Yep, Ebola Demon.
Disruption illusion damage increase from 30, 40, 50, 60 to 30, 45, 60, 75% damage. Dear God, that's nasty. That's really nasty.
So now we're really going to make people hit themselves.
Straight Ebola. Anyway.
The Soul Catcher cooldown reduced from 13 to 13, 12, 11, 10. I heard you like taking 50% extra pure damage.
Dear Christ. Requiem of Souls, damage line.
The distance traveled is now just a flat 1,000 instead of scaling. The starting width has been increased it's now set at the max, 125. The end width rescaled to the middle at 425. And then the Scepter now also increases Necromastery max souls to 46. Yep.
Huh.
I think it used to like increase damage or something. I don't even know. I never bought it and I never noticed it on him.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good now that he gets just more damage, can farm more souls.
Exactly.
Serpent Wards now deals 75% splash and a 175% AoE. Was 100% splash. In an 85% radius, 40% splash. Okay, so
basically it hurts a little less.
It hurts more.
Hurts more? Yeah,
it deals splash damage now. So if
I was reading this improperly. Okay, so yeah, it actually does hurt, and all that hurts.
Okay. Let's see. Silencer. Last word no longer slows. Arcane Curse base damage reduced from 7 to 6. Arcane Curse now slows the movement speed. Yes, thank you. It's not total ass now, because it needed some utility in order to justify it being picked.
So now last word is actually just a silence and nuke.
Blades of cooldown rescale 30, 50, 70, 90 to 35, 50, 65, 80. Make him less insane, but however, because Bloodthorn is a thing, he needed something, right? Some nerf. Core Silencer, anyone?
I would definitely still do it.
I mean, that'd be pretty interesting. But now we're on to something that's just completely asinine. Skywrath Mage. Mystic Flare duration increased from 2.4 to 12 seconds. Same damage per second.
So literally, he can do like over 20,000 damage.
7,000.
Okay, whatever. But the point is, he can do stupid amounts of magic damage now.
I'm gonna let that sink in for a little bit. Just
because it did 1,400.
Black Hole, Mystic Flare, instant team wipe.
Or Black Hole, Mystic Flare, and then to finish it off a nice Chrono if you really feel like it. But
they're gonna all die though. Like, well, assuming you cap it. I said assuming you.
Or even better, Reverse Polarity, Black Hole, Mystic Flare.
Jesus Christ. And then Scepter cooldown increased from 20, 10, 0 to 20, 10, 5.
Okay, so now it doesn't have an instant use.
It cost 800 mana. Like there was you blew your whole load on one fucking spell.
Which is why you play Pugna against him and watch him fuck himself.
Yep. Shrapnel damage increased from 48 to 60.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Makes his lane presence a little more useful. Yeah. Okay, Casey, Spectre.
Oh yes.
Spectral Dagger slow no longer goes through spell immunity.
Yeah, no, that's not necessarily like. I mean, granted, it's a little bit of a thing, but it's not much. The big thing is the haunt cooldown. They increase that just because that's more of the global presence. Because if you can pop those, the more often you can pop them, it's just really nice. But the Spectral Dagger thing, like, it does a little bit of damage, but to be honest, it's very negligible when you're actually playing Spectre. When you're playing Spectre, the thing that does the most damage is when you get your items, especially when you get your Manta style and you got all your illusions. Yeah. That's what you need. Your Spectral Dagger, I mean, granted, I use it much only for escaping or going through shit. I mean, I'll throw it if I have to do damage, but it doesn't really do much damage. So I'm not really. I mean, granted, it's kind of more of an inconvenience, but it's not something it's something easily dealt with.
There's a reason this was a slight nerf. This is basically a slap on the wrist type of nerf because it's like it was to keep her in meta, considering that Ice Frog wants a late game patch, so you don't nerf your late game carry, right?
Yeah.
And then let's see, Haunt illusions are no longer unstunnable. Okay.
And the agi growth was reduced.
That makes sense because she's an item carry. She could have a stat gain of 0. It doesn't matter. She needs the items, not the stats.
Exactly.
All right.
Storm Spirit gets Scepter, and now it basically turns Electric Vortex into a 475 AoE.
I heard. Welcome to the Electric Mexican Dance Party. That's what that is.
Start playing Spanish guitars.
God damn. That's it.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch people just zip around and pulling. Literally,
zap zap.
How about you combine that with Mystic Flare?
Oh lord. Sven, base move speed reduced from 295 to 290. Okay, why not? Sure, whatever.
Terrorblade base armor increased by 3.
By 3. Unkillable. Holy shit! Why? He didn't need any more.
He needs health, not armor.
Yeah, whatever. But there is a lot of items that give health now, so it's okay. Yeah. Timbersaw, Whirling Death debuff duration increased from 11 seconds to 14. Okay. And reactive armor regen and armor per stack increased from 1 to 1.6. So, buff.
In a scaling.
No. It's an increase.
Increase from 1 to 1/1.2, 1.4, 1.6.
1.6.
Yeah, now it scales. It's not just a flat
pretty
line.
much she's more armor. And more so, it's a buff to Timbersaw, make him a little bit more durable, and just make him more of a dick.
All right, now we got a Tinker buff.
Tinker. Rearm mana cost reduced from at max rank 325 to 300, and Rearm can no longer refresh Pipe of Insight. What a weird exception.
I did not even know that was a thing, but okay.
And
the based intelligence increased from 27 to 30.
Smoking weed every day.
I guess not.
It's not. Base intelligence.
He does not approve of Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg's running around saying things like, "What the hell, Bill Gates? What
the fuck is you doing,
Bill Gates?" The fuck?
Base intelligence increased from 27 to 30. Okay.